Next, we have fresh marks. And we have some fun additions. But let us go to a spreadsheet, and I actually forgot to open all these up. Whoops. All right, there we go. So we, of course, have my spreadsheet of decks, and we're going to open all these up, but I also created a new chart where we can track costs over time. Now, so far I haven't done anything super fancy. All I did was remove everything that didn't have a cost, and I removed the DT as well because those were added late. But we can see in this chart the price over time. And I know it's a little bit of an eyesore, but this goes back to January 7th all the way up to today, the price of each deck that had a listed price. So this isn't when it's sold for, it's just if they had a listed price when it was listed for sale. And it does include a few crazy outliers, like a deck that was listed for 3,000 and 2,200. And then I have kind of a rolling average over 10 data points here. I did actually do a little bit of analysis and remove some of these high points to see if there was any big trends, and there wasn't really any big trends that I saw. But it'll be interesting to track, and I might want to actually track it at kind of different SAS levels as well. So far, this is just everything over 85. But yeah, I might want to track it at different SAS levels as well. Like over 90 would be an interesting one. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me know if you think that's interesting, if you want to see the data kind of a different way. Would be happy to do it. But I thought that was cool. And now that we're on to the decks, you know, it's all about these fresh marks, right?
These decks are so fresh. Snap!
Yes, that's right. These decks are so fresh, and let's check them out. So this is everything actually from the last 2 weeks, with the exception that we did Dark Tidings last week, and we saw that cool deck, that quick drop bot that was the evil, the good twin of his evil twin. Whoops. So that was really cool. Let's. Oh no, I screwed it all up. Okay, well we'll start there. Okay, let's jump right in. Is that a $700 sale? Well, it was listed for $700, but we can take a look at that because it was sold. It was. Yeah. Okay, let's jump right in, and we have a few more. Yeah, a few more fun stuff, but. So this was about 2 weeks ago that this one was listed. Paxton, Dynamic Bunker Birdkeeper, 93 SAS World Collide, and we have like a ton today, so I might go through some of these. Now, these first two were delisted, and I'm not sure why. Maybe he only was listed them for a week or something. I'm not sure if they sold. This one was for sale, so if you're interested, maybe send them a message. This Logosarian, there's Imperial Forge with 2 city-state interests. It's pretty cool, but only 12 creatures. That's really weird. Triple Exhume, EE on the fringes, Eddie, Zenzi, double interdimensional graph. Lots of weird stuff. And then the other one, and since it's also not listed for sale anymore, I'm not even going to translate the. Nah, I am going to. We got to translate it because we always got to figure out what the name is for these. So this is Straight Expert Lazarus King Kong. It's a 91 SAS Worlds Collide. Also no longer listed for sale, but maybe the sale was only like listed for 7 days. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't set it up right. So it still might be available. Also Disc Logosarian with a ghost form, with an Eddie, daughter, double Tau Tau, double Tribute, double Imperial Scudum. So some fun stuff there. Okay, but let's get into some that are still for sale. And I forgot to say, what's up, Gorlami? I responded to you, but I didn't say hi. So we're going to start with Moth Terra, the Druid Veterinarian, a 88 SAS AOA deck being sold by Belmont 95. It's listed for 120 euros. Logos Mars Untamed. This is a speedy deck, but the only Ember control is one Mars Needs Ember. So it does have a They're Everywhere, which could help with that. It doesn't have a lot of ping damage though. But it's got the Project ZYX library, double lab work, triple Mars First, triple regrowth, Nature's Call key charge, a Darna. So that is Moth Terra. Next up we have Der Kumpel des Graus, an 86S mass mutation deck. This logo's Untamed. No listed price, being sold by Ozo S. Double Marketus and Furnace. Double Essence Scale. Auto Encoder Library. Card. Reclaimed by Nature. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. So that's Der Kumpel. Next up, we have a deck that's had several owners. This one was owned by Arentalong and now is owned by Marvig, and actually is no longer listed for sale, which is interesting. So yeah, this was listed not too long ago for actually a pretty high amount. So it was listed for $850 on April 29th by Arentalong, and then just on the 20th, so 11 days ago, Marvig listed it for sale, and now it's no longer for sale again. So I'm not sure if that means it was bought up again. It does have Martin55 as the owner. I don't know, but if you're interested, you could ping Marvig just to confirm. But pretty crazy deck there. Next up, we have the Earnest Archivist, an 83 SAS mass mutation, being sold by Chimera, no listed price. We have Ultra Gravitron, triple Subject Kirby, triple Rapid Evolution, a Vault's Blessing with 9 mutants, Key Frog. I don't see a way to kill the Key Frog though. Only 2.9 creature control. Ooh. Wait, how did this get in my list? 83 SAS. I made a mistake. Huh, that's weird. They didn't change SAS, did they? There's a couple updates, but I don't think he's changed any ratings yet. That's weird. Anyway, next up we have the Miscreant that runs with cheetahs. 85 SAS. This is like a god tier name. Purge83, that's right. What's up, Dinobot? Nice to see you. We have a 32 expected Ember, 19 Ember pips. It's got some Ember control, some creature control, some artifact control, being sold by Option 1 Live for $50. It looks like a pretty good deal if you like Curiosaurus. Most of the Ember control is related to capturing. But with a Ludo and a Curiosaurus, it could work. Does seem to have a lot of Ember pips. No speed whatsoever, but that could be yours, the Miscreant that runs with cheetahs. It is a beautiful name indeed. Okay. Next up, this one's been around the block too. Obrero Horner, and this one has been sold again. let's go check out all the previous owners. Yes, it was Orente Long was the original seller back in February. It was bought by Dick Rowland. And then he listed it for sale a week ago. Had a listed price of $700. And JFK Ziegler, aka Second Act, bought it. So I might reach out to him, and maybe next week we'll see if we can see what the actual purchase price was. But yeah, that's a big one, a big purchase there, and it does look like a crazy deck. Double Infernus, double Brabble, double Mindfire, Obsidian Forge, Auto Encoder, double Lethalogica, Kurzap is a great board wipe, Sloppy Labwork, Zenzi, triple Resurgence with Key Frog, Wild Bounty, Reclaimed by Nature. It can kill the Key Frog with a Savage Clash if you have the Gloriana's Attendant out. Let's see where some of these pips landed. That is a whole lot of dollars, though. There's a whole lot of dollars. That's a lot of Winds of Exchange decks. Oh, yes, the Master Vault is a little bit slow right now with everybody re-registering decks. So will we actually be able to load it? We might have to look at the picture here. Oh, it doesn't have the enhancements. We might be skunked here. I will take a drink and see if it loads. Okay. No es bueno. So, regardless of where the pips landed, still looks like a nice deck. Couple key cheats, and a lot of speed, a lot of stuff to go around. So yeah, one big sale already. Here's Monath. Epical, Epic, oh man, Epical Trees Povera at 88 SAS AOA. This logo shadows. This one looks pretty cool too. Listed price of €300. We have a double Library of the Damned, double Library of the Danged, Key to Dis, Dust Imp, double Not Finished with You. One of my favorites, Cold Week. Three Fates, double Interdimensional Graft, Eureka, Memory Chip, Dasania, ZYX Researcher, a backup copy, and in Shadows, Bren the Fanatic with double Life for Life. We have a Miasma, double Nerve Blast, a Swindle, a Too Much to Protect. This one can do a lot. 17 Ember Pips, 35 expected speed, expected Ember, 17 creature control, 13 Ember control, 9.8 speed. Yeah, that one's pretty cool looking. For all you AOA lovers out there, JT, where are you at? All right. Next up, we have a few actually AOAs here in a row. We have Vampiro, Guardiano de Lamarasoreno, an 86 sass. This logo Sanctum also being sold by Orente Long, no listed price. Let's see what we have here. We have a Brig, which is Binate Rupture, Interdimensional Graft, of course, a Eureka, Memory Chip, Neutron Shark, ZYX Researcher, a Helperbot, double Sutterkin, double Schuler with double Exhume, a Lash, double Binding Irons. Lash of Broken Dreams is nice with Doorstep to Heaven. Also has an Epic Quest. Let's see. Does it have enough speed to get that Epic Quest off? Maybe if you get lucky with Sutterkins, but nah, their logo switch. They always die. Memory Chip might not be enough to, maybe if you're lucky with your Eureka and get an early Memory Chip. But it only has 2 nights, maybe? Yeah, it only has 2 nights. But that is Vampiro. All right, next up we have Ronzio, Mercenaria di Ulula Togelegno, an 85 SAS, Dis Logo Sanctum. No lesser price on this one as well, also being sold by Arentelong. We have a triple ZYX Researcher, double Helper Bot, Archimedes, Interdimensional Graph, double Binding Irons, and Exhume, Library of the Dam, Soul Snatcher. Unfortunately, the Soul Snatcher doesn't go really well with the logos because it doesn't have a lot of ways to kill stuff, but maybe if you Helper Bot a Spirit's Way and then you graft them, so you can take advantage of that Soul Snatcher, that could work. It does have double Spirit's Way, Merrick the Mark, Baron Benjamin, Begone, Blinding Light. Ooh, Begone could do some work there. Alright, that is Ronzio. Next up, we have Fabius, the Never Ending. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to do something fun. We'll see what we got coming up. This is being sold by Fatal Push, aka Jackie, for $200 and 88 SAS Worlds Collide Dislogosaurian. Double Tau Tau, EE on the fringes, Exhume. We have a Anomaly, Timequake. 6 Semper, but no tribute. We have a Calipigan Ideal. Double Phalanx Strike, Imperium. Memory Chip, a Graft. Looks alright. Next up, we need a translation here. We have... Wait, did we already look at this one? Is this the same one we looked at before? No, here we go. We have Cave Shaman, Yolanda Lightning. Oh, I think we actually looked at this a previous week now that I translated the name. It's being listed by $200, also by Jackie, aka Fatal Putsch. And this one has a Killer Starlines, triple Comm Officer Kirby, double Medic Ingram, Chan, Sensor Chief Garcia with a Kirby's Blaster, double Universal Translator. In Saurian, we have Tribute, Six Semper, and also Crassosaurus, double Odoac, triple Imperial Scudum, Tricerian Legionary, and in Logos, we have a double Eddie with double Titan Guardian, double Daughter, double Hologramophone. Pretty nice deck. Yeah. And that could be yours for $200. All right. Next up, we have one by Joker. Let me open up a bunch more of these. Which I should have done before I went live. I apologize. There's a lot today. Okay, we'll get up to there and then we'll go. All right, next up we have Protoa of the book Binder's Tower, and 91 South Worlds Collide, being sold by Joker. Has an offer of $150 from yesterday. No response on that. I'm guessing that will be rejected. But in the Star Alliance, we have Stealth Mode, double Kirby, double Information Officer Gray, Medic Ingram, Crash Muldoon, triple Tau Tau Vapors, an Eddie with a Data Forge and a Library of the Damned. Yeah, that Data Forge is live, especially with the Dr. Millie as well. Yeah, I think that, and the two grays. I think that Data Forge is definitely live. 30 F here. In this, we have triple Malison, a lesser Octet, so you can purge away some stuff. Gleeful Mayhem, EE on the fringes, so you could also archive a whole bunch of discs and then hit them with a big EE on the fringes. 7 Printed Ember, very little creature control, but 23 creatures, so it can spam creatures. Yeah, Looks pretty nice. In fact, I might even say that's
So fresh.
snap. All right, next up we have a DT deck, 81 Sash, Drago Verde, Mozo di Terror Alegnoso. Logo Shadows Untamed. You like that, Dinobot? This is a fast deck. 32 expected Ember with double Deepwater Gruin, Chelonia, Ritual of Life, Witch of the Dawn, a very nice Shadows, Cement Shoes, Kerwallop, Scooped, Walk the Plank, Double Heart Simpson, Double One-Eyed Willa, Sea Urchin, and then in Logos we have double Eureka, Knowledge is Power, with double Theory of Conjecture. That Knowledge of Power can hit for a ton, because even within Logos itself, the two Eddies, the two Theory of Conjecture, the two Eurekas, that's already not 10 Ember, 10 archive cards right there that you could get some Ember from that Knowledge's Power, so that's pretty crazy. Bouncing Death Quirk, beautiful card. Although besides that, not a lot of creature control. You probably need to get a lot of value out of the Mind Bullets as well. But that is Drago Verde. Ooh, next up, we have a big deck. And this was listed by Anto2290. Let's see, I don't think this one had a listed price. And it's no longer for sale. I'll have to reach out and see if I can learn anything about this deck. 97 SAS Mass Mutation. Lots of expected Ember and lots of creature control. With some decent Ember control, really good artifact control, and decent speed. So, double Infernus, Stirring Grave, Dominator Bubble, Gateway to Disc, Dance of Doom, Auto Encoder, Sloppy Labyrinth, Double Neurosiphon, Eclectic Increase, Cyberclone is really good. And in Untamed, we have double Vault's Blessing with 8 mutants, double Reclaimed by Nature, a Fangtooth Cavern with a Key Frog, so you can key cheat out Pismire and Emberspine Mongrel. So this deck is definitely
So fresh.
definitely. And maybe that's why it was already sold. It's no longer listed. And Anto, they definitely know to have it listed for a long time. So I'm guessing that means that was sold. I'll have to research that one because that one, that's a big one. It'll be interesting to see what we find out about that one. All right, next up we have a DT deck listed by Zeramis, Eleanor El Grosero de la Madriguera. 82 SAS DT, Sanctum Saurian Star Alliance, listed price of 400 euros. Let's see, this has 28 expected Ember. It's got some pretty cool stuff here in Saurian because it's got Medicus Lacus that lets you spend Ember on it if the tide is high. It's got 3 reach advantages, which if the tide is high, it captures 3 Ember. And it also has city-state interest, and then it's got Imperial Forge. So you could forge using Medicus Lacus and Imperial Forge with all that capture. So that's pretty cool. But it doesn't have a lot of ways to set that up. No archiving. It also has a lot of Ember control with the double Lieutenant Valmarts. Also double the Corpulent Collectors. Lots of crazy stuff here. Bring low as well. So Imperial Forge is also really good with the Corpulent Collectors and the Bring Low. Lots of good synergies for that Imperial Forge. It's got Sierra Officer Hawkins, Diplomatic Gung, a little bit of everything. Pretty cool deck. Can be yours for 400 euros. All right, next up we have Prince Stardust Cadswallop. 85 Sats Worlds Collide deck being sold by Asura HS for a cool $80. This has triple Tata Vapors, a memory chip, a code monkey, a Eddy, a neutron shark, double phalanx strike, a tribute with a Callipygan ideal, Dilophosaurus, Saurus Rex, Senator Shrix, Imperial Scudum, and we have a Ronnie Wristclocks with a hit and run, and Chukai more eclipses. Triple into the Knights, so non-shadows creatures cannot be used to fight. A Hawk. It's got both Hawk and Neutron Shark for artifact control, so it's pretty well rounded. And even a subtle chain. So that can be yours for a mere $80. That seems like a good value for your money. All right. I'll have to think of a value thing I can do. All right, next up we have ZG She Canta con la Pisa della Prudenza. Prudentia. I don't know. 86 SAS Worlds Collide. Being sold by Dremel for 120 euros. We have double hologrammophone, double Axiom Gris, double Legatus Raptor, triple Imperial Scudum, Information Officer Grade, double Chief Engineer Walls with a decent amount of upgrades here. We have Kirkar's Blaster, Plasma Nozzle, Universal Translator, Walls Blaster. Well, it's really nice to have the double Chief Engineer's Walls with Walls Blaster, which lets you stun a creature for each upgrade on Chief Engineer Walls. Wow, 7 upgrades overall that you can bring back with Walls. All right. That could be yours for 120 euros. Ketzer says, I just opened an Unchained deck with Key Abduction and no Generosity. Oh no, you guys need to merge your Unchained decks together. All right, next up we have another DT deck, also being sold by Zeramis. Biret la Altruista. Zongana de la Opulencia. 76S Logo Star Alliance Unfathomable. This is a rooftop laboratory deck. Also with Dataforge, Double Theory or Conjecture, Think Twice. Let's see, can this archive enough that it could Dataforge twice in a turn? Maybe if the PI Sweven goes off. And it does have Triska that you can protect with a Kirkar. Yeah. It also has a Dr. Varoctor Unity or Discord rule of 6 shenanigans. Double GAC is really nice. And Unfathomable, we have triple Sink or Swim, which lets you either discard a random card from their hand or exhaust a creature and each of its neighbors. A Brain Drain, Rakuzel's Chant, triple Guilt Spine Netcaster. Yeah. So pretty cool deck. It's listed for 300 euros. It's pretty funny, Dinobot. You've heard of alliances. Now there's merges. You can take 6 cards from a deck and combine it with 6 cards from another, or sorry, from a house pot. That would be really bad. Okay, next up we have Recole Scontrosa Sagia della Storia, 89 SAS AOA deck. Oh, we have another double Binate Rupture Interdimensional Graft with a couple ZYXs in there, an Igor Sloppy Lab Work. In Shadows, we have double Nerve Blast, Hidden Stash, too much to protect, Ronnie Wristclocks, a Snack Lifter to steal some artifacts. And in Untamed, we have double Glimmer, a Teliga, double Nature's Call. So multiple Glimlocks going on here. A Flaxia could be really nice with those double Nature's Call. A World Tree to put something creature from your discard pile on top of its deck. It's got some good options there. Always love to see Telega. It's 31 expected Ember here. It's expecting a lot out of interdimensional graft, binate ruptures, too much to protect. Maybe a little bit too much, but still looks like a very nice deck. No listed price. Okay, next up we have Ursula Flash Spikemonger, an 87 SAS AoE deck. This is no longer listed for sale. It was a Martian Generosity double key abduction. No merges needed. Also with a Grump Buggy and a Gengar Knot combo with Drummer Knot and Gengar Chieftain, and a punctuated equilibrium to get to all those fun stuff faster. And a lot of creatures that can make you pay for more with a Grump Buggy as well. Okay, but no longer listed for sale. I guess somebody wanted their Genka. Alright, next up, another being sold by Rentalong, no listed price. We have S. Morlia Artista de la Iglesia del Viciolo, a 92 SAS mass mutation, triple Brabble, Infernus, Essence Scale, Stirring Grave, Shadow of Dis, double Kurzap, double Lethalogica, Auto Encoder, double Chronos with 4 drop hips, 2, maybe 2 in Logos, at least 1 in Logos. And in Starlines, we have double Subject Kirby, and we have a Z-Force Agent. All right, no listed price on that one. And then we have another by Arentalong, also no listed price, and 90 SAS Coda deck. This Logos Untamed triple control the week. 21 disruption overall with a triple control the week. The Life Ward, the Ember Imp, a Nature's Call, also has Library of the Damned, 3 Fates, Library Access with a Phase Shift, a Mother, Chota Hazri, Witch of the Eye, Witch of the Wilds is really nice. Let's see. Ketzer's Unchained deck also has double Honors Keysis and a few ways to play Key Abduction out of house. Could theoretically one turn kill from 0 key, 0 ember if it can archive enough. And all 3 houses have some archiving. Well, that's pretty sweet. That sounds like something that you need to make happen. All right, this is Chefe Henrietta Donovan. All right, next up we have a whole huge amount of DT decks. And we have a whole bunch from Jupiter, aka Fifth Planet Games. And then we have a whole bunch of non-DT decks from Jupiter as well. They really listed a lot of decks today. Let's open all those up. Okay, here we go. Starting with a whole bunch of DT decks, we have a 76 SAS, Tieshe Pulisha La. I can't get through that one. This is being sold by Chelsea98, aka Easy Galena. We'll just call it Tieshe. A Logo Star Alliance Untamed, double Phase Shift, double Hydrocataloger, Howling Pit, Eddy, Science. In Starlines, we have a Together, Seas Forge, a Legacy Subject Kirby, double Force Field, a Professor Emeritus Carrying, both Lieutenant Kirkar and Lieutenant Volmart, and an Untamed, a Deepwater Gruen, double Mollymark, a Waste Not, but no super great targets for Waste Not. Okay, 17 Ember Pips, no list of price. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun, especially like the double hydrocatalyzers, a Howling Pit, together. I love the Legacy. It's got a lot of stuff going on there. All right, next up we have Zero Totoli, a 76 sass, Logo Sanctum Untamed, and we're going to start out with double Eureka, double Zenzi, double PI Sweven, and a Forgive or Forget. So you could get Eureka and Zenzi off 3 times in a game. Also, Strange Ordination, Hammergram Cleansing Wave is really nice. Lady Lorena with Urian the Circumspect. Doesn't look like we have any way to pump up the armor on Urian. We have a Chelonia, a Deepwater Gruen, a Key Frog. Key Frog with infighting, so you can kill it on the same turn. Thin the Herd, all tied up. All right, no list of price on this one. Also being sold by Chelsea98, aka Easy Galena. Next up, we have Quick Danova, a 76 sash Shadow Star Alliance Untamed, being sold by Chimera. We have Double Bren the Fanatic, Trickle Down Theory, Miasma Bomb, Kerwallop, Mug, Blatant Thievery, Sea Urchin. We have the Z-Force Agent with Sierra Officer Hawkins and Double Lay of the Land. And we also have Fangtooth Cavern, Ritual of Balance, and Ritual of Life. Lots of rituals going on. Chelonia, Deepwater Gruen, Mollymock, Double Flumph, and a Reaper Sow. 35 expected Ember for this one. Zowie. But not a ton of creature control to get your Brens off. I mean, you could definitely do Mug Kerwallop. And maybe get lucky on the Fangtooth Cavern. Yep. So that is Quick Danova. All right, next up we have Giant Glenn's Elderly Diver, a 76 sass Sanctum Starlines Untamed. And I think all the rest of the decks are being sold by Jupiter, aka Fifth Planet Games. Now this Logos is nuts. It's got, or sorry, the Sanctum is nuts. It's got 11 creatures, including double Area of the Lake and triple Urian the Circumspect. Wow, that could reap for a bunch. So that's a +4 armor. Each Urian could be reaping for 6 Ember. Ooh. So in one turn you could reap for 18 Ember with just 3 Urians if you have both Larrys out. That's pretty cool. Now, and it's also got Almsmaster for some taunt action, which is nice to protect all that. Let's see, in Starlines we have Unity or Discord, Captain Valjericho, Kirkar, Triska, and in Untamed we have Fangtooth Cavern, Double Deepwater Gruen, Keyfrog with Infighting. Yeah, this one's got a lot of stuff. Only 7 printed Ember, huh? Yeah, not a lot of printed Ember, but 28 expected Ember for being driven over 10 expected Ember from the Urians alone. Cool. All right, next up we have the Egghead of Well-Dressed the Thing. A 75 sass Logo Sanctum Star Alliance. We have a library card with double phase shift, a Talmage Steelheart, PI Sweven, double Hadros Wall, Strange Ordination, double Seneschal Sargassa. Also has a Larry of the Lake with the Urian the Circumspect. We have a a Maverick Positron Bolt in Star Alliance, and 2 Lieutenant Volmarts and a Lieutenant Kirkar. Lay of the Land, Grand Alliance Council together. No listed price on this one. Pretty nice deck. Next up, we have the Wastrel of Honey Forest, a 75 SAS Shadows Unfathomable Untamed. I don't think he's got a listed price on any of his DT decks, but he does on the other decks. We have Double Sea Urchin, Gas Pipes Malone, Hart Simpson, Trickle Down Theory, Looter Pillage, Cement Shoes. Oh, nope, I saw the wrong card. We have Maelstrom, Portal, Storm Surge, Frigorific Rod, Double Seabringer, Kakoa, and in Untamed we have a cool Legacy Witch of the Eye, Double Mookleen, a Chelonia, a Deepwater Gruin, a Key Frog. No way to kill it in Untamed though. We have a Punctuated Equilibrium. DT best set in the chat. Yep. I think this one would struggle actually because of the efficiency. It definitely has good cards, but they'd have to come out at the right order, I think. Yeah. So my rating for this one is actually meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Yeah. It's just kind of meh. Uh, it's got some nice cards, but I don't think it'll come together. All right, next up we have Burglar ID Mitchin, a 72 SAS, Logo Shadows Unfathomable. We have Final Analysis Phase Shift, Submersive Principle, Hydro Cataloger, Mecha Buoy, PI Sweven, the Archivist. Ooh, Shadows has triple scoop. That's pretty sweet. Double Cement Shoes, a Kerwallop, a Bren the Fanatic, a Hard Simpson, Hobnobber, Monty Bank. And in an Unfathomable, we have double Brain Drain, double Portal, double Photic Raider, Seabringer Kakoa. Ooh, we have Tanawa. Fight Reap, destroy a friendly creature, and gain 1 Ember. That is a rare. Don't often see that one. And we, of course, have Under Pressure. Okay, that is Burglar. Next up, we have another awesome name, The Man Who Brainwashes the Empire. And this has 2 double rares. We have double Lupo the Scarred and double Avenging Aura. That is pretty cool. Avenging Aura. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains Assault X, where X is the number of forged keys your opponent has. Also has Cleansing Wave, Doorstep to Heaven, Harmonic Ritual. Let's see, do we have enough creatures? We do have 20 creatures, and we have, oh my goodness, we have a 12 creature Untamed house with Harmonic Ritual. Whoa, whoa. So let's check out this Untamed house. Telonia, Triple Witch of the Dawn, Dredging Druid, Flume Gabuk, King of Fant, which has kind of some anti-synergy here with all the creatures. Double Lupo the Scarred, Mookleen Milobi, and the Triple Witch of the Dawn. Okay, that's pretty cool. Also in Sanctum, we have double Taxing Journey, Larry of the Lake with double Urian the Circumspect. And in Unfathomable, we have Abandoned Ship, Call the Void, Sink or Swim, Storm Surge, Thundertoe. Double Bubbles is really nice. And Sobog's Thingabob. All right. I kind of like that one. The double rares is pretty neat too. Okay, next up we have Slywing of Elmgate, a 71 sass, Logo Sanctum Untamed, Eureka, Double Eddy, P.I. Swevin, Double Gorm of Om, Doorstep to Heaven, Larry of the Lake, the Vault Keeper. We also have the Larry Urian combo again. We have double cross porpoises, double infighting, a Chelonia, a Mollymawk, Blossom Drake, 6.2 artifact control. Wow. All right, that is Slywing of Elmgate. Okay, next up we have Zental Key, who insults food. A 70 sass, Logosaurian Shadows. We have Archon's Callback, Captain Corsage, Chronophage, Eddie, Zenzik. Saurian, we have Double Reach Advantage, Double Cornicin Octavia, Faust the Great, Loposaurus, Carpe Venum, and in Shadows we have Double Mug, Looter Pillage, Scooped, Double Walk the Plank, Hard Simpson with Seeker Needle. All right. If you want to insult some food, that one can be yours. Okay. Next up we have Nema, Hound Dog, Rooffinch. A 70 sash Shadow Starline's Unfathomable. We have Safer Sorry, Bren the Fanatic, Trickle Down Theory, Hobnobber, Double Soldier Id, Double Slittle Niff and Sea Urchin, Starline's Double Lay of the Land, Unity or Discord, Book of LEQ, but no Ali, but Book of LEQ is really good with the Double Lay of the Land. We have both the Lieutenants again, Kirkar and Valmart, and an Unfathomable Double Portal, Double Bubbles. Tidal Wave, Echo Pearl, Tiny Bubbles, Spark Fist, Vulucanth. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Does it have enough creature control? Probably not. Probably not also to kill your Brend. You can booby trap it, but that's a little sad. All right, next up we have the Baron of Contemplative Clubs. Saurian Shadows Untamed, Double Carpe Venum, Double Reach Advantage, Double Crushing Charge, Senator Quintina with Double Console Primus. In Shadows of Borrow, Booby Trap, Kerwallop, Looter Pillage, Scooped, Hard Simpson, Untamed, Chelonia, Deepwater Gruin, Double Kangafant, Double Mollymawk. Yeah. Not so sure about this one. I think it's pretty.
Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma.
Yeah, especially with a double Kangafant. That's pretty. This one wants to probably have a decent board. So that means you just gotta chuck those two creatures. Yeah. And not enough creature control to get rid of them in a different house. All right. Next up we have Fisk, the Raven Red. I think this is our last DT deck of the night. Bouncing Death Quirk, Final Analysis, Double Phase Shift, Think Twice, Mecha Buoy, Double Static Charge. We have a Hard Simpson with Double Seeker Needle, and a Scooped, and a Mug, and a Borrow, Double Monte Bank, a Sea Urchin. And finally, in Star Alliance, we have a Grand Alliance Council, Double Xeno Training, an Ulfbert device, a Diplomat Gung, Lieutenant Kirkar, Rocketeer Triska, double Officer's Blaster, Science Officer Can, and a CXO Tabor. That one's actually, I feel like, kind of well-rounded, and I kind of like some of the each house doing kind of different stuff. It does only have 14 creatures, so I think it still might struggle a little bit, but looks fun. That is the Raven. All right, I think that's it for DT for the week, but we have a few more 85 SAS plus of other sets from Jupiter, and these all have a listed price. So this one, the Emptiness Who Kills Dice, is listed for $150. An 85 SAS Coda deck, double Control the Weak, Restring Guntis, Library of the Damned, Interdimensional Graph, Bouncing Death Cork, Library Access, Triple Nerve Blast, Relentless Whispers, Speed Sigil, which probably discard. Lights Out is nice. That is the Emptiness. Next up, we have Manicus, Chasm Wave Stopper, 85 cents Mass Mutation, also listed for $150. We have an Infernus, an Eaton's Jar, a Ritual of Tognath, a Mindfire, a Grim Reminder, a Bony Thing, Triple Gamgee, Red Penny, double Reclaimed by Nature, Emberspine Mongrel, kind of Lost in the Woods is nice, and Savage Clash. Kind of a meh Untamed, although it has some good cards. I think this is being driven up by the Dis. Yeah. $18 creatures. Alright, next up we have Pico Code, Spawn of Crowtop, an 86 SAS Mass Mutation. This also has a listed price of $150. We have an Infernus with double Stirring Grave, a Marcadis, a double Snorette, triple Lethalogica, a Daughter, a Zenzi, a Effervescent Principle, and a triple Savage Clash, Fangtooth Cavern. Look what I found. Dino Beast, Dark Fairy, Pismire. That can be yours for $150. Next up, we have the Acerbic Director of Barracastle. 86 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Double Cutthroat Research, Interdimensional Graph, Tau, Code Monkey, Eddie, Double Odoak, Orator Hisaro, Tribute, Ludo, Double Salt, so a double rare. Double Phalanx Strike is always nice. Double Stealth Mode is really good. Come Officer Kirby, Commander Chan, Helmsman Spears, Information Officer Gray, Can, Cloaking Dongle, and Force Field. Listed price of $150. Okay, next up we have Willa Iguatrip from the Curator Street 89 SAS Worlds Collide deck. This one also has a $150 listed price, and it's what jumps out at me is that triple stealth mode, double too much to protect. Also has a tribute to Imperial Road, Falophosaurus, Imperial Scutum. No Safety in Numbers, a Subtle Chain with a Chain Gang, Quiet Anvil, Hawk. We have Com Officer Kirby, Information Officer Gray, Medic Ingram, Molina, Science Officer Can. Alright. Only 5.6 creature control. The classic Worlds Collide. 90 SAS, no creature control. Or 89 SAS in this case. Next up we have the Quicksilver Sage Forester of Farbury. A 92 SAS Mass Mutation. Listed for $200. We have a double Mindfire, double Whale of the Damned, Infernus, double Snorette, Painmail, Grim Reminder, double Lethalogica, Autoencoder, Sloppy Lab Work, Novu Dynamo, Damobot, Mobius Scroll, and in Saurian, we have a Curiosaurus with a Blast from the Past, Chana Hubris, Defense Initiative, Citizen Shrix, Double Cornicin Octavia, Faust the Great, Sacrosaurus, and Siren Horn. No artifact control, but kind of good, or at least above average in kind of everything else. Although only 14 creatures, only 8 Ember Pips. This is going to be a slow deck. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this deck, actually. Especially for 92 SAS. And then last deck of the week, we have Emperor Fill It Up Chapman. And we got to look this one up because this one's had several owners as well. Let's see. It's been listed a whole bunch of times, and I didn't list it every time. But, yes, it was originally listed by Arente Long and either bought or traded for by Jupiter. Yes, okay. And now Jupiter is putting it up for sale. A 94 SAS mass mutation, listed price of $250. Let's see. In Untamed, we have Fandangle, Pismires, Pose Pixie, and Tremble with double Resurgence, a triple Savage Clash, and a Fangtooth Cavern. Well, I guess if you play that Fangtooth, that Pose Pixie is never surviving, which is kind of sad. In this, we have a good 6 creatures with a Grim Reminder, including an Infernus, a Pain Mail, Essence Scale, and in Logos, we have Bouncing Death Cork, Autoencoder, Chronos with 8 draw pips, and Double Lethalogica, Reverse Time is kind of interesting. Let's see, where did those draw pips land? Only one in Logos. Okay. So that can be yours for $250, but no artifact control. Whew. All right, what a week. Lots of decks to go over. Okay, but now